Hey guys, Kuya here. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I know a lot of us are still under quarantine, but I do hope that you're staying safe and healthy. But things aren't all that bad, and I do have some good news for you, like this one right here. That's right, guys. It's the Realme 6. I know from your comments on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit that you've been waiting for this phone to launch in the Philippines. So there's some delays, and finally it'll be launching on May 27. I've actually had this for a few months now, but the launch was delayed because of the coronavirus. But finally it's here. So I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting. Let's go. So the Realme 6 comes in the standard yellow box. It's very enticing. It looks so delicious. We see 4 selling points: 90Hz high refresh rate display with a punch hole, which they call the in-display selfie. 64 megapixel quad camera with ultra-wide lens. We have the VOOC logo, 30 watts flash charge support, Helio G90T chipset from MediaTek. We have the common white unit, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of memory. Check out the full specs on screen while we peel through this banana box. Hey, welcome to the Real family. Ew, thank you. Very warm welcome as always. What do we have right here? Information guide and quick site. Bye. Silicone case, translucent and smooth. Always nice to have one to keep your brand new phone safe. Presenting the Comet White Realme 6. So the back reminds me of porcelain or pearls. It's very beautiful, very Instagrammable. In Tagalog, it looks mamahalin. Quad camera module right here. The one with the yellow ring is clearly the 64 megapixel main sensor, followed by the 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor. We also have 2 more sensors, 2 megapixel ultra macro and the 2 megapixel depth sensor. We have a flash right here. The fingerprint scanner should be at the side. So here's our side-mounted fingerprint scanner, which also happens to be the power button. So I enrolled my fingerprint and it's really fast. It unlocks almost instantly. As soon as I press the button, boom, done. To the left, we have the triple card slot and volume rocker. At the bottom, we have our 3.5mm audio port, microphone receiver, USB Type-C port, and the bottom firing loudspeakers. The phone runs Android 10 out of box with Realme UI. It's clean and near stock, so for those of you who are new to Realme, you'd feel right at home. It has nice features like built-in dark mode and gesture-based navigation. Out of the box experience is a solid 9 out of 10. Everything feels fast and snappy. Not only do we have a powerful chipset in the Helio G90T, but we also have 8 gigs of memory and 128 gigs of storage, which is really more than enough for social media, internet browsing, navigational apps like Waze or Google Maps, and video calls like Zoom. Synthetic benchmarks like Antutu scores the phone around 289K, which is slightly higher than what we got on the Redmi Note 8 Pro, which, if you recall, also runs on the Helio G90T. The phone supports Widevine L3, which means we can only stream Netflix and Prime videos in standard definition. I really wish we could have gotten Widevine L1 so we could get full HD support for DRM content, especially with a very nice display such as this. Don't worry about YouTube though, you'd still be able to play full HD videos over there. Built-in speakers are fairly standard, nothing fancy. It's loud enough for when you need it, but keep in mind that the holes are at the bottom, so you'll have to hold it a certain way in landscape so it doesn't get covered. Gaming performance is quite impressive so far. We managed to hit around 55 to 60 FPS on our reference game Marvel Super War with all the graphic settings maxed out. However, the phone does heat up after a while. It's the same behavior that we saw on the Redmi Note 8 Pro, which also runs Helio G90T. We're talking CPU temps of above 70 degrees Celsius, so you may have to put the phone to rest from time to time or reduce your graphics settings to prevent thermal throttling. Realme 6 comes with a 64 megapixel quad camera module which you can use to take photos in 3 different focal lengths: wide, ultra-wide, and macro. Photos taken with the 64 megapixel main sensor look amazing, especially with good lighting. In poor lighting situations though, we have a 50-50 chance of getting good shots. It doesn't have hardware image stabilization or OIS, so you're gonna have to stay really still to get sharp, good quality photos in the dark. Alternatively, you can use night mode, which takes really dramatic looking photos. When you get bored, you can play around with the ultra-wide angle lens and the ultra-macro lens to get creative. We have a 16 megapixel front-facing camera, which is not only great for selfies, but now that we're spending more time at home, having a good quality camera also helps for video calls like over Zoom or Messenger. By the way, Realme 6 supports 4K video recording, although it's capped at 30 FPS. Finally, let's talk about battery life. 4,300 mAh may not sound as impressive as 5K, but our battery history shows that we've been using the phone for 2 days straight since the start of the quarantine. That's at least 18 to 24 hours straight on our monitoring app. So we're thoroughly impressed. But what's even more impressive is that the phone charges to full in just 1 hour. If my math is correct, this means that you get 24 minutes of battery life for every minute that you charge the phone. That's simply insane. So Realme is known for their budget phones, but they've always found a way to elevate and enhance their phones in the budget segment. And now they're taking it even further with this phone right here, the Realme 6, starting with this nice 90Hz display panel, IPS LCD with a punch hole in-display selfie camera right there, 16 megapixel selfie camera, which is great for video conferencing, for Zoom and Messenger. You have a quad camera module in the rear, 64MP main camera, 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixel macro lens, which is great for taking creative shots once you get bored with your regular cameras. And you also have Android 10, Realme UI, the latest software from Google. You have very fast chipset running inside MediaTek Helio G90T, which happens to be a great gaming chipset. You have great battery life, which can last around 2 days, 4,300 mAh battery, which can charge in just 1 hour thanks to VOOC 3.0, 30 watts charging. What else? You have improved features, USB Type-C over here, side-mounted fingerprint scanner, and finally you get 2.4G and 5G Wi-Fi. And also it doesn't look bad. The design looks really nice. It's, like I said, Instagrammable design right here. It doesn't look cheap. And you also have the usual goodies: triple card slot, 3.5mm audio jack, and Gorilla Glass right here. So guys, the only question remaining is the price. So the Realme C3 came out being priced at $5,990, the Realme 5i came out at $6,990, and the Realme 6i came out at $7,990. So you have phones in the 6,000, 7,000, and 8,000 peso price range. So if this phone ends up being in the 9 or 10,000 price range, then I think that we have a winner in our hands. Are we looking at the first sub 10,000 peso phone with a 90 Hz display? So guys, in my last video, I said I was gonna give away some Realme goodies. So I'm gonna find a way to edit your names in post. So congratulations to the winner of this Realme pillow and this Realme bag right here. Very nice. So guys, the bar has been raised once more. Realme 6, one of those exciting phones I've laid my hands on. Look forward to the launch on May 27. This is the Realme 6. Welcome to the new norm, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Paalam!